the corner kick, that left-footed one inside. Now there's a chance on here as the ball comes to Shane McEntee. He started wearing the number 25. He's playing up there on the forwards, and Dara Phillips is playing back in the back line for Cormore Gaels. There's a free in. Mark McKeever, despite the fact that he's wearing the number 6, is playing way up there in attack. He's going to take the free. We've played 2.5 minutes. There's no score yet. Now there is, as Mark McKeever for Cormore Gaels slots that one over. So they lead after just over 2.5 minutes of play in the first half. As the game gets underway, I will sort out the positional changes. Mark McKeever is at full forward. Kieran Fitzpatrick is at top of the right. All these will be so different from the captain you've seen on your screens beforehand, as Alan O'Riordan. He with the number 28 in possession. No number 8 jersey available for the Gaels. There was a little bit of holding in there. Alan Barry, the one deemed to be doing it, and the free is to Cavan Gaels. And for the Saint, the ball has been moved forward by referee Noel McEnroe, either for the centre for a bit of holding. It's a long, long way away from where the original free was to be taken. Sean Johnston, the Cavan Gaels captain, with the chance to level up the match, which he does. It's a point apiece. There's just under 4 minutes played in the first half, and John Kiernan of Cormore Gaels preparing to take this kick out. It's from the goal on our right. That will drop out towards the middle of the field, and Niall Madden releasing it there now. Alan Barry will try and, well, there's a free to Cormore Gaels. Niall Madden sending up the ball, breaking free. Kieran Brady was in after it to try to pick it up. It's Kieran Fitzpatrick is brought to the ground, and there's a free about 50 metres or so out from the Cavan Gaels goal. Kieran Fitzpatrick will drop that one in towards Mark McKeever. John O'Reilly will go out to challenge, and Mark McKeever trying to get away from O'Reilly, and the ball is booted out by Joe Kenny, but the referee has blown the whistle. There was some fouling going on in there, and or had it gone out over the well, the kick is to the Gaels over there on the far side of the field. Coming in to cover up there was Dara Phillips, and now Cormore Gaels will try and move forward as Kieran Fitzpatrick will hit a high one inside. Now that's from, it fell for Kieran Brady from Mark McKeever, and Kieran at the second time of asking. Two points to 1 in favour of Cormore Gaels. Charles Halligan kicking out. William Stevens gets the free. That's going to be a stoppage in play because there's an injury to Kieran Flynn. So Kieran Flynn took a knock on the side of the head, but he's up. He's okay, and Niall Madden takes the free, sends it across to Patrick Brady. A nice interception by Kieran Flynn, fully recovered from the knock, in possession back in his own 45-metre line, sending that ball way down the field. That's going to bounce on inside. Now it's collected in there by Gerard Collins. Gerard Collins has been confronted back there by Emmett Madden. There's a free in to Cavan Gaels. Sean Johnston, will he take it? angle for a left-footed kicker. Just over 7 minutes played in this first half. So it's the kick out now comes from John Kieran, and the ball is broken down out there, and nobody is yet to pick it up. Now eventually the ball is picked up, and it was Dermot McGlade trying to feed it up. Kieran Fitzpatrick trying to knock it on. Who will it run for? It's Kieran McGlade who gets it, and Kieran, who incidentally is the first cousin to Cormore Gaels Dermot. Now Michael Cook for Cavan Gaels. Mickey trying to get away from William Stevens. In there too is Niall Madden, and the ball eventually breaking to Dara Phillips. Patrick Murtagh was also there, and eventually the free is taken, and it comes up now to us. David Boucher lays the ball back. Niall Madden overholding. Alan O'Riordan chipping the free in nicely. Now Stephen Maguire will roll that one inside. Sean Johnston trying to get away from Emmett is brought down by Emmett Madden. So Ciaran Finn with the chance to put the Gaels in front. They're deadlocked at 2 each. Not any longer as Ciaran Flynn sends it over. Just over 9 minutes played. Cavan Gaels 3, Cormore Gaels 2. Out comes the kick. Not a very long one. Cannoned off Ciaran Flynn. Patrick Brady will release it to William Stevens. That will be Cavan. Well, it was eventually Cavan Gaels' possession, because between Francis Graham and Joe Dunn, and the ball is played out there to Francis Graham. Graham will pass the ball inside. Sean Johnston surrounded in there for the moment by a couple of Cormore Gaels players. Makes a little room for himself. Gets a good support on his left from Gerard Collins. Back to Sean Johnston. Johnston now on the ground in possession, and the referee has awarded a free out. But players not aware of what was happening, none so except Francis Graham, who was very alert to the mistake by Cormore Gaels. Now as Ciaran Flynn gathers himself up off the ground, Noel McEnroe has gone in to point to the 13-metre line from where the free will be taken, and the chance for Sean Johnston to add to the Gaels tally. They lead by 3-2. He's scored 1 so far. He has now scored 2. So Cavan Gaels lead 4 points to Cormore Gaels 2. 11 minutes played in the first half. Noel McEnroe says kick it out to John Kieran, which he does, and the ball breaking out. Now Cavan Gaels will come forward with it again, but Dermot McGlade is back there covering. Out nicely now towards David Boucher. David Boucher back to Dermot McGlade. Back inside now for Boucher. He needs support and gets it from Niall Madden. Niall Madden's kick is blocked down by Mickey Cook. Mickey Cook now for Cavan Gaels will chip that one across onto the far side. Now, Gerard Collins will drop it down in towards Sean Johnston. Dara Phillips is back there challenging. Dara Phillips coming up with the ball. Trayons is the referee as the ball is released on the far side and then booted way up there now to Shane McEntee. Shane McEntee being tackled by Joe Kenny. Another stoppage in play. And Niall Madden so from the 45-metre line he sends it up and out over the sideline. That comes nicely across now to Francis Graham. Played down into the corner. Dermot McGlade going back there with Sean Johnston. McGlade is brought down. That was the turn of Patrick Brady of Cormore Gaels, and Patrick limps as he kicks that one. That injury still affecting Patrick Brady, and one wonders how long he may be fit to continue in this game as Niall Madden passes the ball inside to Caden Fitzpatrick. Caden Fitzpatrick is stopped and there's a free which Caden takes. Up it goes, that's going to bounce on inside, and Liam Rabbit to John O'Reilly. And then it's Eddie O'Hanlon who sends it way down the field. It breaks for Stephen Maguire. A quick transfer across inside. Now Kieran Flynn. Kieran Flynn kicks it high. Kicks it wide. 4 points to 2. We're almost halfway through this first half. That kick-out will drop out somewhere near the 45-metre line, and there's a foul there on Mark McKeever, who's now back there helping out in defence. Shane McEntee is down and in need of attention, and Noel McEnroe is going over on the far side just to consult with the linesman, Pat Smith. So both Joe Kenny and Shane McEntee having their names taken. A yellow card each. Game will continue with a free to Cormore Gaels. Now, Alan Sparry and Mark McKeever combining. Shane McEntee chipping it inside, but that will be easily collected by John O'Reilly. Gets the ball out, and it's added to, but intercepting there was William Stevens. Alan O'Riordan is the one now, and then Joe Kenny's clearance is collected back there now, and Paddy Brady eventually gets it after Patrick Murta, and Dara Phillips had been involved. This is Caden Brady trying to barge his way through with penalised, and there's a free out to Cavan Gaels. Joe Dunn will do up a bootless, and John O'Reilly will take, or will he leave it to Charles Halligan to take? Now, John O'Reilly had made space for himself, playing it way down there towards Ciaran Graham, but the ball carried out over the sideline. Line ball sent back in to Mark McKeever. McKeever passing it inside. Ronan Shields will try and set up something for Kieran Fitzpatrick, and Kieran Fitzpatrick's kick is going bouncing out over the end line. Just check the time, 17 and a half minutes gone in the first half. Charles Halligan to take the Cavan Gaels kick out towards the middle. Kieran staying in to try and pick it up, couldn't quite do so because Patrick Brady sending the ball inside, but John O'Reilly is there for Cavan Gaels, gets it out to Mickey Cook. Michael Cook now breaking away as Shane McEntee will chase. Cook will drop that ball way inside towards Sean Johnston, takes it nicely to his chest. He's fouled in there by Emmett Madden. Yellow card. Maybe it was Dermot Madrid who was doing the fouling there, just took me eye off the play for a moment. Just trying to figure out who has gone where on this Cormore Gaels team. There are a number of switches. Dermot Madrid is at full back, Niall Madden is at left corner back. The kick out is poor to say the least, and Cavan Gaels might reap the benefit, but Paddy Brady is in to feed it off there now. Mark McKeever takes over as he took the pass from David Boucher. McKeever is still going, leaving a couple of Gaels players in his wake. This is Ciaran Brady inside now for Niall Madden. Madden trying to find a way through, releasing the ball now to Mark McKeever. Meanwhile, there's a Gaels player being attended to. Ciaran Brady still going. I think that's Mickey Cook that's been attended to. It is. But he's anxious to get back into the action. There's a free in to Cormore Gaels. We've played 20 minutes in the first half. Kieran Fitzpatrick is going to take the free, sends it wide, and it remains 4 points to 2. Ball broken down. A number of players trying to pull on it. Joe Kenny laying the ball back to Eddie O'Hanlon, and now Ciaran Madrid. Good support coming in from the Gaels players as they make the space, and Sean Johnston tackled in there now. Dermot Madrid after him. Play on as the referee. And that's gone over the bar.
Better, Joe Kenny! Keep it going! Why not Joe? Come on, Joe! Come on, down, head up, come on now!
Players switching all around the place. Stephen Maguire for Cavan Gaels. Again feeds it out now where Gerard Collins way out near the wing under pressure. Lays the ball back to Eddie O'Hanlon. That's a dangerous dropping ball that's going to go all the way over the bar. Way out on the sideline, 40 metres out. 6 points to 2 in favour of Cavan Gaels.
Watch the bad kick, lads, bad kick! Watch the kick out, John!
A little more height to this kick out from John Kieran. Niall Madden for Cormore Gaels. Madden now trying to find a colleague but fouls the ball. And there's a free to Cavan Gaels. Stephen Maguire again, Cavan Gaels making the space. Kieran Graham's kick is dropping in, it's brought down inside. Eventually it's broken and Paddy Brady laying the ball off. Now that's going to be switched out. Mark McKeever gets it. Up the line it goes. Taken nicely by Kieran Brady. Kieran is held. Kieran Fitzpatrick, a crossfield ball. Now Niall Madden takes the pass from Ronan Shields, and the ball is eventually in with Mark McKeever. McKeever trying to find a way through is held. Gets a free in. 6 points to 2 at the moment is the scoreline. 23 and a half minutes played in the first half. Kieran Fitzpatrick. Kieran sends it over. So it's 6-3, 24 minutes gone. Eamon tells me a 7-3. I must have missed one along the line sometimes. Liam Rabbit laying the ball back, and then Mickey Cook sending a long one down. Dermot McDade is across there. Combining with Patrick Murta, and the ball comes out to Paddy Brady. Now McLeod back in towards Patrick Murta. Under pressure. Paddy Brady now will send that one across into the centre. Kieran McLeod is there for Cavan Gaels. And he's whistled up, and there's a free against him. Now the free is to Cavan Gaels. And now the referee is going to call for the ball. Just a few moments of confusion there, but all will get sorted as the ball will be thrown in between Edward O'Hanlon and Patrick Brady. And it's Patrick Brady who gets it for Cormore Gaels. He's held. Mark McKeever with the free. Shane McEntee slipped, so it's Cavan Gaels now who are coming away with it as Willie Stevens then breaks it up. Ronan Shields laying the ball off inside, and Kieran Fitzpatrick will roll it up. But once again, Liam Rabbit is there for Cavan Gaels. Kieran Graham will chase down the line, but it's Gareth Phillips. Cross now to William Stevens. Kick is partially blocked. Joe Dunn releasing the ball for Cavan Gaels, and Kieran McLeod feeds it out now for Francis Graham. Sean Johnston battling for it there with Dermot McLeod, and it's Johnston going through. Is there a goal chance on here for Cavan Gaels? It's a good stop by John Kiernan at the expense of a 45. Just over 27 minutes gone in this first half. It's jabbed short, and Edward O'Hanlon now Noel McEnroe is once again called for the ball. Free to Cormore Gaels. Out it comes for Ronan Shields. Now, Cian Brady taking the pass there from David Boucher, and ball played up now to Niall Madden. Niall Madden's kick is blocked. Francis Graham, good support on the far side from Mickey Cook, but the passing goes astray, and eventually it's back with Mark McKeever. Free to Cormore Gaels. That's sent across to Ronan Shields. Ronan Shields will pass the ball inside, but Kieran Finn is there to intercept. Kieran Finn will play that one out for Stephen Maguire. Maguire will be chased by Patrick Murta. The ball is once again played in now towards Sean Johnston. Patrick Murta coming in is gone to the ground in possession. Referee calling for attention from the sideline for Patrick Murta. There's a minute of normal time left in this first half. There will be some time to be added on. In it goes. Patrick Brady taps it down to Mark McKeever. Now Alan Barry will feed Niall Madden. Niall Madden going forward for Cormore Gaels. They need scores before half-time, and half-time is fast approaching. And that has been kicked wide. The kick out is taken short to John O'Reilly, then it's played out to Francis Graham. Cian Fitzpatrick in with the challenge. The ball is knocked away. Alan O'Riordan robbed there by Cian Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick going forward, brought to the ground. So Cian Fitzpatrick with the free for Cormore Gaels. That's going wide. We've moved into stoppage time at the end of this first half, and Noel McEnroe just waiting for the kick out. And there goes the half-time in this Kingscourt Bricks Minor Division 1 Championship final here in Annalee Park in Ballyhaise. 7-3 Yeoman. So Cavan Gaels the leaders. As we pick up some faces in the crowd. So the second half gets underway. One change on the Cavan Gaels team. This is Scanlon comes in for Caden Graham. That's Mark McKeever for Cormore Gaels, kicking it high and kicking it wide. Charles Halligan's kick out. That breeze pretty strong now and will favour Cormore Gaels in the second half, as they will try and set up an attack, but they foul the ball and there's a free out.
Hey, number 11 there. What's going?
Francis Graham up to Caden Flynn. Caden Flynn moving forward. Chasing back after him is Willie Stevens. That's going to go in and go wide. So we await the kick out from John Kiernan. Kieran Flynn breaking the ball down, but not holding. William Stevens and Patrick Brady for Cormore Gaels up for David Boucher out the other line, couldn't quite take it. Does it the second attempt. Kieran Fitzpatrick was there if he needed him, decides not to use him. Niall Madden is there as well, but the ball sent further inside, and Liam Rabbit is there to collect it and pass it out to Joe Dunn, and Joe Dunn getting it further out the field. Now Mickey Cook is back there helping as well, and trying to bring the ball forward for Cavan Gaels, but it's gone over the sideline. Kieran Fitzpatrick for Cormore Gaels. Alan O'Riordan in there. Cormore Gaels now with Niall Madden to Alan Barry. Playing it inside now. Shane McEntee back inside for Niall Madden. Madden will kick. That's dropping in. It's Mark McKeever going in, and the ball is in the net. 7-1 as McKeever went up with Charles Halligan. Just a point in it now. 3 minutes played in this second half as Charles Halligan prepares to take the kick out for Cavan Gaels. Alan O'Riordan's kick is blocked down by Niall Madden. Alan Barry picking it up into Niall Madden. Now Ronan Shields again dropping it inside, but that will go all the way back to goalkeeper Charles Halligan, who plays it out now to Francis Graham. Joe Dunn will get involved as well as Cavan Gaels now with Francis Graham trying to bring the ball out. Good support was there from Stephen Maguire, and now Graham, who had crossed the half line, feeds it in. Dermot Dade doesn't quite hold on to it, but at the second time of asking picks it up, clears the ball out, but it's Stephen Maguire of Cavan Gaels in now to Sean Johnston. Johnston will pass that one inside now. Gerard Collins will try and go forward with it. Back there, Dara Phillips, and now once again Cormore Gaels will try and come out with it. Paddy Brady laying the ball off. Now David Boucher taking the pass from Dermot and trying to lay the ball down. That was easily cut out by Eddie O'Hanlon. Now Stephen Maguire again. Caden Flynn trying to find room. Stephen Maguire makes himself available. Kieran McLeod is there. Kieran McLeod feeding it way up. Dermot McLeod tussling for it there now with Sean Johnston. And it's Johnston near the end line. Still McLeod in there. Patrick Murto will challenge as well. As the Cormore Gaels there, but Johnston slips away from them both. And trying to work his way in. Laying the ball back out the field. But the final shot from Gerard Collins missing the target. Paddy Brady. Shane McEntee will tap that one on, but Joe Kenny is in there for Cavan Gaels. Alan O'Riordan lays it off now. Gets a free for the foul on Niall Madden. Niall dropping it in. John O'Reilly. Free out. Alan O'Riordan is he the one who's going to take it. Out towards Edward O'Hanlon. Passing it back inside to Allen. Right up through the middle it goes. Paddy Brady is there to collect for Cormore Gaels. Out it comes out to Dara Phillips. Now William Stevens. William's kick is blocked down and Stephen Maguire will be there to pick it up and lay the ball back out again to Caden Graham. Francis Graham, I should say. Francis Graham. And Paddy Brady once more back there now helping out in defence. Now for Willie Stevens and Paddy then to send a high one in towards Shane McEntee. It'll break for Ronan Shields instead. Shields is held. He would have liked to get away, but Noel McEnroe is going back to check on the well-being of Paddy Brady. There will be a free in. So with almost 8 minutes played in this second half, Mark McKeever from just outside the 45-metre line will take the free. That's drifting away to the left and wide. 8.5 minutes played in the second half. Just one score so far in this second half, that Mark McKeever goal. As Charles Halligan prepares to kick out for Cavan Gaels. Joe Kenny is there to grab it for the Gaels. He's under pressure, but he's fouled. And the free out to Cavan Gaels. Joe Kenny sends it short to Eddie O'Hanlon. O'Hanlon now will send that way out to the wing. And Francis Graham moving up. Steve Graham going forward. The ball runs away from him. He gets another touch. Dermot McLeod knocks it out a little bit now for Emmett Madden. Now it's Niall Madden. In towards the middle it comes. Caden Fitzpatrick laying the ball back now, and William Stevens feeds it down the line. Added to by Niall Madden inside. Ball knocked away. Niall Madden still in there after it. Shane McEntee was appealing for the free, but Niall Madden has the possession. Swings it across in the middle. Mickey Cook is back there for Cavan Gaels. jabs the ball out to Stephen Maguire. Maguire will lay it further out the field now to Jesse Scanlon, and Jesse now breaking away for Cavan Gaels. Still Jesse Scanlon going. Ball knocked away from Jesse Scanlon. Alan Barry in for Cormore Gaels. Paddy Brady now for Caden Fitzpatrick. Caden Fitzpatrick has this kick knocked down by Mickey Cook, and Stephen Maguire for Cavan Gaels. Feeds it across. Emmett Madden gets the boot to it. Niall Madden is brought down. The referee going to the pocket for the book. Francis Graham going to be spoken to. So Niall Madden getting back to his feet. Yellow card for Francis Graham. And Niall Madden to take the free for Cormore Gaels. Kicking it high in, that's broken down. There's a chance for Mark McKeever trying to find a way. Chips the ball across, it's breaking inside, but it's smothered in there by the Gaels defence. They get a free out. Now Alan O'Riordan out near the sideline picking up the possession. Stephen Maguire into Mickey Cook. Cook going forward. Rolling the ball inside. Paddy Brady is there to lay it off for Ronan Shields. Thought about the return pass. Now gives it in to Niall Madden. That's dropped inside. Mark McKeever's got it. McKeever trying to get away there from Eddie O'Hanlon, and turns onto the right foot. And underneath it is Charles Halligan. Gets it out to Joe Dunn. Joe Dunn out to Caden Flynn. Caden Flynn now. Free to Cavan Gaels. Sean Johnston. And Johnston getting to his feet. We've played over 12 minutes in the second half. That's sent across to Mickey Cook. Cook thought about the pass and thinks about the shot. Sends it high, dropping to the left. Sends it wide. Out comes the kick. Paddy Brady knocked it down but couldn't hold on to it. Stephen Maguire now latching onto that. Going for the shot. And missing it. So if Cormore Gaels could put them wide at that end in the first half, Cavan Gaels can do likewise in the second. We've played 13 and a half minutes in the second half. Out comes the kick, and Kieran Flynn lays it inside for Stephen Maguire. Maguire will pass it inside now. Sean Johnston across onto the far side. Now the chances come off the crossbar. And it was Jerome Collins' shot that come off the crossbar. Maybe John Kieran might have got a hand up to it as well. Now the referee in there consulting with his umpires. Umpire explaining. So it's a 45 to Cavan Gaels. Eddie O'Hanlon. Inside it goes. Sean Johnston has been awarded a free in. halfway through the second half. And Sean Johnston has got the Gaels for score of the second half. They lead by 8 points to Cormore Gaels, 1 goal and 3. Out comes the kick out. Eddie O'Hanlon knocking the ball down. Gerard Collins picking it up. Gerard Collins being chased in there by Emmett Madden. That's going to drop off to the left and go wide. Cavan Gaels has made a number of switches in defence. I see Liam Rabbit out in the half-backs. I see John Dunn at left corner back. Joe Kenny's over at right corner back. Patrick Murta trying to roll the ball out. Liam Rabbit doesn't get a touch on it, so the ball is knocked out over the sideline. The linesman says that it's Cormore Gaels line ball. Niall Madden will take it. Kieran Fitch wants it and gets it. Back to Niall Madden. Now for Mark McKeever. McKeever trying to get away from Stephen Maguire. That's passed inside now for Willie Stevens. His kick is blocked down. Kieran's in his back. Ronan Shee's challenging. Francis Graham is there for Cavan Gaels. Up towards Mickey Cook. But going across there was Willie. Now it's Mark McKeever. Cormore Gaels free. Mark will hit it high and long in towards the big man, Paddy Brady. It doesn't break for him. The Cavan Gaels clearance not effective, and Alan Barry picks it up. That's dropping off to the left. Deflected inside. They're in after it in there. Just can't see who in possession at the moment. I see a blue jersey getting pulled. So that was a Gaels player who was brought down there as he tried to make his way out. It once a year, and that's what we make it. Almost 19 minutes gone in the second half. As Charles Halligan will prepare to take the free out. Joe Kenny back out on his left half back berth. Now for Eddie O'Hanlon. Plays it out to his right, and Francis Graham adds to it. Now it's Kieran Flynn for Kieran McLeod. He can't take it. Niall Madden is there. Niall Madden up to Kieran Fitzpatrick. Kieran Fitzpatrick now for Cormore Gaels, back to Niall Madden. They're trying to work the ball short. Joe Dunn to Francis Graham. Cavan Gaels now bringing it forward with the long ball inside. Dermot McLeod. McLeod trying to find a way out, has to go back with it, passes the ball back. And too much dilly-dallying in there. In the Cormore Gaels defence, they've been penalised, and Cavan Gaels get the free in. There's yellow cards being shown there to Dermot McGlade and Sean Johnston.
Keep it going, Alan.
So it's a free in to Cavan Gaels. Sean Johnston will take it. "21 minutes played in the second half." And that has gone wide, and it remains 8 points to 1-3. Just one score from either side in this second half.
Pick them up.
Out comes the kick. Broken down. Patrick Murtagh challenging back. Gerald Collins going in, and the free has been awarded in to Cavan Gaels. And that goes out over the end line and goes wide, and it remains 8 points to 1-3. Dean Harrington. So Dean Harrington goes in place of Shane McEntee.
Replacement on the Cormore Gaels team, Dean Harrington replacing Shane McEntee.
That's it, Rabbi, well done.
Out comes the kick off the chest of Niall Madden, with good support in there now, and a foul on Kieran Fitzpatrick.
Bring it back, bring it back.
Cormore Gaels players have been sucked back deep the defensive side of their halfway line, as it were. The Gaels with Kieran McGlade in possession. The pass going astray, and nipping in is Willie Stevens, getting the ball further inside. Good work in there now by Joe Dunn, but Kieran Brady is there to pick it up, laying the ball off there to Kieran Fitzpatrick. Kieran Fitzpatrick will send it further inside. Paddy Brady trying to break it down for Niall Madden, trying to find a way forward. The referee says play on. Eddie O'Hanlon releasing the ball, and then Francis Graham tackle out there on the far side, clearing the ball out under pressure, but was he fouled? I checked the time. There's 6 minutes left. That comes across to Alan O'Riordan. Now, Jesse Scanlon. In it goes. Patrick Murtagh is there for Cormore. Now Mark McKeever. McKeever will jab that one forward to Kieran Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick from out the field kicks it in. Paddy Brady knocks it down. Trying to get room to turn, lays it back. That's passed inside Dean Harrington's shot. It's taken a deflection inside, cleared off the line, and I think it was Joe Dunn who got the clearance. Mickey Cook adds to it. Jesse Scanlon battling for it there with Alan Barry. Now Cormore Gaels taking heart from that kind of attack. That breaks across into the middle. McKeever again knocking it down, but the pass from Dean Harrington is well read by Alan O'Riordan. O'Riordan now for Cavan Gaels. Up along the line it comes. That's going to be a Gaels ball. Inside the last 5 minutes, Alan O'Riordan up and out over the sideline. Gareth Phillips across to William Stevens, to Caden Fitzpatrick. Again it's gone in high. Mickey Cook now, after Eddie O'Hanlon had fielded it back in there. It comes out now. Dermot McLeod gets the touch on it. McLeod trying to come forward with it. Mickey Cook for Cavan Gaels, but the referee has whistled it up. Jesse Scanlon. Noel McEnroe going in there now to call up the play because Jesse Scanlon is down and injured. Noel McEnroe going to restart by throwing in the ball.
Come on, Desi, with this one. Come on, Desi. Get in beside the table. Come on, Desi.
A little bit of mishandling for a moment, but William Stevens coming away with it. Now it's Niall Madden. Now Ronan Shields back to Niall Madden. Passing it inside now for Caden Fitzpatrick. Ball knocked away. Now the Gaels with Caden McLeod. But that's intercepted back there by Patrick Murta. Sent back inside. Tapped down now to Caden Fitzpatrick. Fitzpatrick is held. That's inside. It was Paddy Brady. Didn't quite hold on to it. John O'Reilly was there and he had good covering back in there from the other defenders. Now Emmett Madden will try and come forward for Cormore Gaels. Little bit of mishandling out there and Spud avails of it. Now Alan O'Riordan. There's less than 2 minutes of normal time. Stephen Maguire across to Gerald Collins. Collins now. Passing it in for Stephen Maguire. Back now to Liam Rabbit. Up it goes. Who will it break for? Alan Barry comes across but couldn't contain it. That's Gerald Collins. Lays it back to Stephen Maguire. Maguire will kick it way out there now for Mickey Cook. Kieran Flynn coming in. Kieran Flynn now. Still Kieran Flynn. Drops it in and over the bar. Nine to the Gaels. That's Cavan Gaels. 1-3 to Cormore Gaels. We're in the final minute.
Cavan Gaels. That's great play, lads. That's it, boys. Well done, jockeys.
We're about to move into stoppage time.
Come on, Alan. Come on, again.
1-3.
Come on, Chucky! Come on,
Out comes the kick, and it's Jesse Scanlon getting it there now for Cavan Gaels, passing the ball inside. Now Gerald Collins. Collins trying to work his way through. Gerald, good stop in there by the goalkeeper. But the umpire signalling a wide. Did it go back up a Gaels fair? Well, the players can... Now Noel McEnroe is calling it up. For the life of me, I don't know what's going on in there.
Time up, Brett, time up!
John Kiernan's kick out to Niall Madden. Dean Harrington, Cormore Gaels will need a goal if they're to survive in this championship for this year. This being the final. Now, Francis Graham out to Sean Johnston. Can the Gaels in stoppage time get that insurance point? We've played over a minute of stoppage time. They are 3 ahead. Another would secure it. But Kieran Fitzpatrick is back there now for Cormore. Is there to be a late sting in the tail? Can Cormore in injury time get the goal to force a replay? We'll wait and see. The Gaels, Cavan Gaels that is, with Kieran McLean. That's out over the line. Into the middle it comes. Dizzy Scanlon boots it up the field. Mark McKeever will send a long one. Way down. Kieran Brady near the sideline for Cormore Gaels. Joe done after him. Kieran Brady across in towards Paddy Brady. Paddy Brady bringing it down. Paddy Brady trying to go forward. His way has been stopped. His ball is released now to Dean Harrington. Dean Harrington now twists and turns, lays the ball back out the field. Cormore Gaels have to go for a goal or nothing. It's goal or broke. This ball has been chipped in. Is there to be a deflection inside? Good defending back there now by Francis Graham. Out it comes to Kieran Flynn. Kieran Flynn is fouled. We've played 2.5 minutes of added time. It's all over. Cavan Gaels are the champions.
Players, mentors, supporters, I welcome you here today to Annalise Park, Ballyhaise, on this the occasion of the Division 1 Minor Championship, Kingscote Break. I want to first of all compliment both teams on giving us a truly tremendous game. And the high standard of football that we saw today augurs well for the future of Cavan football in years to come. I say congratulations to Cavan Gaels on a job well done. Truly a great performance, lads, for a team that didn't fare that well in the league. You've really come good in the championship. To Cormore Gaels, I say commiserations, lads. It's a very long year, and I have no doubt that you'll be back in the years to come. I want to compliment both clubs. I want to compliment both clubs, the officials of both clubs and the mentors of both clubs, and how they had the teams presented today. Presented well on the field and presented very well within the discipline that we expect. So well done to both clubs. I want to thank our sponsors, Kingscote Break. Kingscote Break have been one of our top sponsors down through the years, and I want to thank Kingscote Break for the very generous sponsorship that they contribute to Cavan minor football. Today, I also want to thank Ballyhaise for giving us the use of the pitch today. I want to say thanks to Ballyhaise. To our match officials, Noel McEnroe, and his umpires and linesmen, I want to say, lads, a job well done. Thank you. Without further ado, I am now very happy to hand over the Division 1 Minor Championship Cup to the winning captain, Sean Johnson of Cavan Gaels. I will now ask Sean Johnson to say a few words on behalf of the winning Cavan Gaels team.
A cordial gale to all us on Down Orm, on Curran Shaw Glocku, our son Cohen. Gale on Cohen! A lot has been written, a lot has been said that this Cavan Gaels team didn't have what it takes to win a minor championship. Well, today that has been proven wrong. A lot has been said that this Gaels team has been living in the shadow of the last 4 years. This day, this Gaels team has written its own story. I'd like to thank Finian Farrell, Mickey Graham, Mick Flynn and everybody who has had the belief in us from the beginning of the year. We, as a team, knew we had the belief in ourselves. I'd like to thank the 26 boys who put in an unbelievable effort through 9 months of running through muck, rain, God knows what weather. It was just unbelievable. The belief in this team was unreal. I'd like to thank Cormore Gaels. We were under no illusions coming here today about how hard this was going to be, and so it proved. 3 cheers for Cormore. A pip. A pip. A pip. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Sean. I now ask Paddy Bailey, the captain of the Cormore Gaels team, to say a few words.
I know it's good as the Irish as Jelly is, so I think that's fit for English. I'd like to congratulate the Gaels. Once again, you showed you're a great team. We knew we'd have to battle, and by Jesus, we thought we'd sneak away with a win, but you proved us wrong. I'd like to congratulate you and all your mentors and everyone else. Well done, boys. To our sponsors, our main sponsor, Niall Brady, Enda Boylan, Michael Ellis and Sheriff Shorten. I'd like to thank them all for the support throughout the year. Thanks very much. To our manager, Barney, to all the selectors, there's so many of them, I'm not going to name them out, so I'm just going to say thanks very much to everyone. I'm sorry that we couldn't pull it off, but finally, to our own boys, all I can say is lift up your heads. There's a great bunch of fellas, and I have no doubt in the world that we're going to be back playing finals again. On the day it didn't work out for us, but we'll have many more days, boys, and lift up your heads. And finally, to our supporters, I'm sorry we couldn't do it today, but hopefully in the next couple of years we'll have you celebrating something. Thanks very much.
Thanks very much, Paddy. I have just one more chore left to do, and that's the selection of man of the match. Before I announce it, I just want to first of all thank the sponsor of the Man of the Match award, Rossa Lighting. And here I have Aidan Dwyer here to make the presentation. And I'm happy to announce the victor and the recipient of the Man of the Match award today is the Cavan Gaels captain, Sean Johnson. Well done, Sean.
Thank you.
Just to conclude, I just want to thank everybody that came today to support the game. And I wish both clubs all the best in the year ahead. Thank you very much for your support.
All right.
Finian, congratulations. Another Cavan Gaels victory.
Marvellous, absolutely, Tommy. I'm so delighted. It's probably the best win of my career, and I'm a long time watching Gaels teams win at all levels of the game. The commitment, dedication, tackling, working back, off the ball, work rate of the team today was absolutely phenomenal, and that's really what won it for us at the end. The heart, the belief, the discipline, the pride, the passion, any word you want to use is what we saw out there today. We knew we were up against a very good Cormore team, strong, physical players playing the senior Gaelic team, and along with some of the Arva men. We knew we had to play out of our skins to win today, and we played out of our skins, and we just snuck it in the end.
Congrats, Finian. I'll get a quick word of Mickey Graham. Congratulations, Mickey. Just talking to Finian there for a few minutes. He mentioned the commitment of the team. It was evident out there. The backs were attacking, the forwards were defending, the midfielders were to and fro. It was a classy Cavan Gaels performance.
Yeah, well, I suppose a lot of people didn't expect us to reach the final this year, because as Sean Johnson said, we lived in the shadows of previous teams, you know, and this team was classed as not as strong as the previous 4 teams before that. And at the beginning of the year, we set out a plan that if we worked hard enough and done the training, that rewards would become at the end of it. And I had to drill this into the lads, and at the end of the day, they believed in themselves. And if a team believes in themselves and work for each other, they'll always win in the end, and that's what they just showed there today.
First half, they were pretty much in control, went in with a 4-point lead, got hit with a sucker punch at the start of the second for the goal. Took a good little while to find their feet in that second half, Mickey.
Yes, I knew coming into the game that Cormore were strong. They have great players, they have quality players, and Paddy Brady, Mark McKeever, McLean and all them. And we knew that it was going to be a spell when they were going to come at us. And all I said to the boys was that if they did get a goal, that we didn't drop our heads. And I drilled it into them all week that if things going against us, that we don't drop our head, keep battling, because we'll always get a turn and get a run at the game as well. And lucky enough that we did that, and we didn't drop the heads. And the boys just showed great determination and guts. And I have to hand me hat to them all. They just showed great willpower, and deserved to be winners today, I think.
Mickey Graham, they're waiting for you in there in the dressing room. There'll be quite a reception for you when you get in there. Keep it going. Congratulations.
Thanks very much.
So that's about it. The Cormore Gaels people have made their way up towards the dressing room as well. It's commiserations to Cormore on the day. It's congratulations to Cavan Gaels. Yet another minor championship is over. We'll wrap it up in LLE Park and say Slán agus Manor.